wastewater is the contaminated water which contains impurities. So there are many components of wastewater. Number one is sewage. Sewage means the waste from homes, houses. Second, human excreta. Human excreta from the toilets. Third is oil and grease. Industrial waste and agricultural waste. These are the 5 components of wastewater. Sewage from homes, human excreta from toilets, oil and grease, industrial waste from industries, agricultural waste from the fields. Okay. Now water is getting polluted. That is why it is called wastewater. How water is getting polluted? Causes of wastewater. There are many causes. Number one is the human activities. Second is because of animals that bath in the river, people bathing in the river, animals bathing in the river or ponds that pollute the water. Okay, increase in population. Population is increasing day by day, so it is more people are polluting the water resources. And industries waste the water. They produce wastewater, they pollute the water. So these are the main causes of wastewater, main causes of water pollution. Okay. Now world is suffering from water scarcity. Water scarcity, the means depletion of water. There is not enough water on earth. Many people do not get enough clean water to drink. 1.5 billion people on earth do not get clean drinking water. So 22nd March every year is celebrated as the Water Day, World Water Day. Okay. Now next important part is sewage. Sewage is, I told you, the liquid waste from homes. It's called sewage. Okay, it contains many impurities. Sewage contains many impurities. These impurities can be organic. These can be inorganic. Organic, like fruit peels, vegetable peels. These are organic, derived from living things. These are produced by living things. Okay. Animal waste, urine, these all are organic. Inorganic, like some chemicals, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, inorganic is present in the sewage. And some bacteria are also there. These bacteria can be bacillus bacteria, like rod shaped. These are rod shaped bacteria. Or they can be coccus bacteria, coliform bacteria, coccus. They all cause typhoid, cholera diseases and many other diseases. Jaundice, cholera, typhoid. These bacteria cause this. So these are present in the sewage. Okay. And some microbes and other bacteria like saprotrophic bacteria. Saprotrophic bacteria which eat the dead animals or dead matter. They eat on dead matter, heterotrophic bacteria. These are the components or the impurities present in the sewage which are very harmful. Or we need to study the sewage types. How many types of sewage are there? Okay. First is the sewage. Sewage, foul, trade, and agriculture. These are the three types of sewage formed by the human activity. So sewage is the sewage which is produced from the bathrooms and kitchen. Bathroom and kitchen. This is called sewage water. What does it contain? It contains detergents, soap water, kitchen and bathroom, soap water, detergents. Okay, some small food particles. Foul is the sewage which is produced in toilets. This is highly harmful because it contains bacteria, many types of bacteria. This is called foul water. Trade water is produced by industries, and they contain chemicals, many harmful chemicals which are toxic. They can cause death. And agricultural waste are produced by the crop fields. It contains some nutrients and chemicals like fertilizers, which we add to the crop fields. Okay, so these are the four main types of sewage. Next is sewerage. Sewerage is a network of sewers. You have seen sewers below the ground, on the roads and on the streets. They run below the ground. So this whole network of sewers is called sewerage. Okay, below the ground there are some sewers. Like this, they carry the wastewater from the homes, right? Now what are these? These are the manholes which can be opened and they can be used for cleaning the sewer if there is any blockage in the road or in any street. So these can be cleaned. So these are approximately 50 to 60 meters. After every 50 to 60 meters there is one manhole found. Okay, and these are the sewers. Now this whole sewers, many sewers connected to each other, they form the sewerage of the city or of that locality. It was sewerage. Okay. Next is treatment. Treatment of sewage. So this sewage has to be treated before releasing in the rivers or ponds or in the water bodies. This treatment can be done in laboratory. You can do it in the laboratory. How? Take a funnel. Okay. Take a funnel. Add and fit one filter paper in it. Filter paper. And in this funnel, add some sand. Fill it with sand, gravel both fine gravel and small gravel. Okay, with some stones and sand you fill it. Then add the dirty waste water to it. And what will happen? This dirty waste water will pass through this sand or gravel and it will get filtered. After filtration, you will get clean water here in this flask. What you can do, you can again pour it again through the funnel. You will get more clean water. Then again pass it. So repeat again and again until you get very clean water. Okay, until you get very clean water, you can repeat this process again and again. So this can be done in the lab, but only small amount of water can be purified like this. You cannot purify large volume of water which is produced daily from the houses. It can be done with only small amount of water. So how the water is treated? These sewers, where do they take this water? This sewer or sewage is taken to the WWTP. WWTP means waste water treatment plant. Okay, all the sewage which is produced anywhere in home or in factories or in agricultural waste, it is taken by sewers, and these sewers take it to the wastewater treatment plant. It is a big industry where the water is cleaned. Now here the water is cleaned in 3 stages. First is physical removal, then biological, and then the chemical. The water is treated in 3 stages: physical, biological, and chemical treatment. So first physical treatment is done. In the physical treatment, what we do, we take the wastewater and number 1 we pass it through the bar screen. Bar screen, what it does? Bar screen removes very large particles like rocks in the sewage or plastic bags. Okay, plastic bags, cans, napkins, paper. It removes the very large particle first. Then second, it is passed through the grit chamber. Now this water, after the very large particles are removed, and it passes through the grit chamber. What happens in grit chamber? If any dust, sand or rocks, these are present in the sewage, they settle down. Because they are heavy, they settle down because of heaviness. So this is called grit chamber. They form the grit, they settle down. Then this water is passed to the biological treatment plant. In the biological treatment, there is a central tank which is called clarifier. Clarifier is a tank, okay, which has slanted like this, slanted bottom. So this water after the grit chamber is taken to the clarifier where the faces settle down. These faces, the human excreta, it settled down. These faces then can be removed. These are removed. These faces are removed. These faces are then removed and passed on to a separate tank. Okay, where it is called aerator tank. So in the aerator, air is pumped, oxygen. So when this feces or human excreta receives the air, the bacteria in it get oxygen. So when the bacteria get oxygen, it starts decomposing the human excreta. It starts breaking the human excreta. So human excreta gets broken, and now this forms. This is now called broken human excreta. Is called sludge. This sludge you can dry this sludge in sunlight, and then you can make it manure and add it to the field to increase the fertility of the field. Okay. So these two tanks are called biological treatment plants because here we are using the bacteria, biology, living. Okay, again, first we use the bar screen. Bar screen remove very large particles. Then after the removal of very large particles, they are passed to the grit chamber. Grit chamber settle down the dust, sand and rocks. Then this water is passed in the clarifier, which has a slanted bottom. In this clarifier, the human excreta is settled down, and this human excreta is again passed into the aerator. Aerator supplies oxygen, which makes the aerobic bacteria present in the human excreta to decompose it. After the decomposition of human excreta, we get sludge. This sludge we can dry and it can be added to the field in the form of manure, which can increase the fertility. Okay, now here these four types constitute the physical and biological treatment. Then comes the chemical treatment. Okay, in the chemical treatment, after the suppose this is the aerator. I told you, aerator has the sludge. You remove the sludge as manure, add it to the field, and this water above it is 95% pure water. 95% pure because we have added oxygen, aerator, we have added air, so it is purified now because of oxygen. Now what we do, we take this water and take it into another tank. We add chlorine tablets. Chlorine tablets, they are used for disinfection. They disinfect the water. They kill all the germs if present, if any bacteria or germs are present, they get disinfected. After disinfection, we pass this chlorinated water into another tank and we supply ozone gas. Ozone gas again kills any harmful bacteria or any types of germs if present in the water. So after this we get 99% clean water, and this water is then pumped to the main pipeline, and this pipeline reaches our homes where we get the clean drinking water. Okay, so these two tanks, disinfection, chlorine disinfection tank and ozone treatment tank, these constitute the chemical treatment because they are chemicals. Ozone and chlorine are chemicals. Okay, so there are 6 tanks. The bar screen, grit separator, then the clarifier, aerator, after aerator chlorination tank, and then the ozone treatment tank. These are the 6 tanks, 2 each in every treatment. Okay. Now this treatment is a modified. This is very latest treatment plant. What earlier people used to do, how they used to clean the water. There were no industries. Suppose the time is 2000 BC, 1200, 2000 BC, very long years ago. Some Egyptians, what they did, suppose Egyptians, during the time of Egyptians, what they did, suppose this is a house, there are many houses, they are releasing sewage. This sewage is collected, all the sewage from the homes is collected into a pond. All the sewage is collected into a pond. Now at the boundary of these ponds, these Egyptians grow trees. They grew trees. What trees? Which trees? What type of trees? Especially the eucalyptus trees. Eucalyptus trees, what they do, they take the nutrients from the sewage, all the chemicals from the sewage, and they release water vapor in the atmosphere. So when the water vapor is released in the atmosphere, clouds are formed. Okay, these clouds again By rainfall, they give clean water to the locality. They collect the clean water, and after that, sewage is produced. Again, these trees take the sewage and they release water vapor in the atmosphere. So this is how they were using a biological treatment plant. There were no factory, nothing, no input of energy. Just they grew some trees around the sewage pond, and they were able to successfully treat the sewage water.